Let's kick things off at number 10 with The Wind Rises, rated 7.8 on IMDb. This movie is about a guy named Jiro Horikoshi, who loves airplanes more than anything. Ever since he was a kid in Japan, he'd dream about flying and building these amazing machines. The story happens before World War II, so you see him growing up, sketching designs, and falling in love with a girl named Naoko. But it's not all happy. War is coming, and his planes might be used for fighting, which weighs on him. The movie shows his life step by step, with beautiful scenes of planes gliding through the sky and quiet moments where he's just thinking about his dreams. It's a slow, thoughtful story about chasing what you love, even when the world makes it tough. Next up, number 9 is Castle in the Sky, also at 7.8. This one's a big adventure. It starts with a boy named Patsu, who's working in a mining town. One night, he sees a girl named Shida floating down from the sky, held up by a glowing crystal necklace. She's escaping from some bad guys, soldiers and pirates, who want that crystal. Patsu decides to help her, and they figure out it's tied to Laputa, this legendary castle that floats way up in the clouds. They run from danger, fly in little airships, and meet funny pirates like an old lady named Dola and her goofy sons. The story's full of chases, big machines, and a magical island covered in trees and robots. It's exciting and makes you feel like you're exploring a whole new world with them. At number 8, we've got Kiki's Delivery Service, sitting at 7.82. This is about Kiki, a 13-year-old witch who has to leave home for a year. It's a witch tradition. She takes her black cat, Gigi, who talks to her, and flies off on her broom to find a new town. She ends up in this pretty seaside place with colorful buildings and lots of people. Kiki doesn't know what to do at first, but then she starts a delivery business, flying packages around on her broom. She meets a baker named Osono who's super nice, and a boy named Tambo who loves flying too. The story shows her messing up sometimes, like losing stuff or feeling lonely, but she keeps going and figures out who she is. It's calm and sweet, with lots of little moments, like baking bread or riding through the wind, that make it. Number 7 is Ponyo, with a 7.9 rating. This one's about a little goldfish named Ponyo who lives under the sea with her wizard dad and tons of sisters. One day, she sneaks away and gets stuck in a jar near the shore. A boy named Sosuke finds her, pulls her out, and they become best friends. Ponyo decides she wants to be human to stay with him, so she uses magic to grow arms and legs. But her dad's not happy. He says it'll mess up the ocean. Sure enough, giant waves and fish start flooding the town, and everything gets wild. Sosuke and Ponyo run around in a tiny boat, meeting people stuck in the water, while her dad tries to bring her back. The movie's full of bright colors, funny sea creatures, and a big, messy adventure that's all about sticking together. Coming in at number 6 is Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, also at 7.9. This happens in a future where the world's a mess. There's a huge, poisonous jungle with giant bugs, and people are fighting over what's left. Nausicaa is a princess in a small valley where the air is still clean. She's brave and loves exploring, even the scary jungle parts. Then, a plane crashes near her home, and she finds out 2 big kingdoms are about to start a war. They want to use an old weapon to burn everything down, but Nausicaa doesn't want that. She tries to stop them, talks to the bugs, like this huge one called Inoma, and figures out the jungle isn't all bad. The story's got big battles, quiet moments where she's flying on her glider, and a lot of heart as she protects her home. At number 5, we've got Howl's Moving Castle, rated 8.2. This one starts with Sophie, a quiet girl who makes hats in a little shop. One day, a mean witch curses her, turning her into an old lady, gray hair, sore back, the works. Scared and confused, Sophie leaves town and finds this giant castle that walks around on metal legs. It belongs to Howl, a wizard with wild hair and a big reputation. She barges in and meets Calcifer, a sassy fire who keeps the castle moving. Sophie starts cleaning up the place, and slowly, she learns Howl's hiding from a war and a bunch of secrets. There's magic everywhere, doors that open to different cities, flying ships, and a creepy king's witch chasing them. The story's about Sophie getting braver and Howl opening up, all while the castle clanks through a big, beautiful world. Number 4 is My Neighbor Totoro, with an 8.3 rating. This is about 2 sisters, Satsuki and Mei, who move to an old house in the countryside with their dad. Their mom's sick in the hospital, so they're trying to settle in. One day, Mei's chasing around and finds Totoro, this huge, fluffy creature with a big grin. He's a forest spirit, and soon Satsuki meets him too. They wait at a bus stop in the rain with him, ride a magical cat-shaped bus, and fly over the trees holding his umbrella. The story's slow and happy, with little things like planting seeds or running through fields. But it gets real too. When Mei goes missing, Satsuki asks Totoro for help. It's all about sisters sticking together and finding magic in everyday stuff. At number 3, it's Princess Mononoke, rated 8.4. This one's intense. It starts with Ashitaka, a prince in a quiet village. A giant boar god attacks, all angry and covered in worms, and he has to kill it. But it curses him, so he leaves to find out what's wrong in the west. There, he finds a town called Iron Town, where people are chopping down forests to make weapons. The forest fights back with gods like wolves and boars. Ashitaka meets Sam, a girl raised by wolves who hates humans for ruining her home. He's stuck in the middle, trying to stop the fighting while the curse eats at him. There's blood, big battles, and creepy spirits, but also quiet moments where you see the forest glowing or Sam and Ashitaka talking. It's a wild, deep story about people and nature clashing. Number 2 is Grave of the Fireflies, with an 8.5 rating. This one's really heavy. It's about Seita, a teenage boy, and his little sister Setsuko during World War II in Japan. Their town gets bombed, fire everywhere, and their mom doesn't make it. Left alone, they move into an aunt's house, but she's mean and doesn't give them enough food. Seita decides they'll live on their own in an old shelter. He tries to take care of Setsuko, stealing food, catching fireflies to light up their nights, playing by a pond. But it's wartime, and there's nothing left. Setsuko gets weaker, and Seita can't save her. The story jumps between them struggling and Seita remembering it all later as a ghost. It's sad and real, showing how war breaks everything, even the smallest, happiest things. And finally, number 1 is Spirited Away, with an 8.6 rating. This is about Chihiro, a 10-year-old girl who's moving to a new house with her parents. They stop at a weird, empty town, and her mom and dad start eating food they find, then boom, they turn into pigs. Chihiro's freaked out, but a boy named Haku helps her. She's stuck in a spirit world full of gods and monsters. To save her parents, she gets a job at a giant bathhouse run by Yubaba, a grumpy witch. Chihiro scrubs floors, meets a stinky river spirit, and deals with a no-face ghost who keeps following her. Haku's got his own mystery. He's a dragon sometimes, and Chihiro figures out how to help him too. The place is wild, with talking frogs, bouncing heads, and a train that rides over water. It's a huge adventure where Chihiro goes from scared to strong, saving everyone she loves in a world that's strange but unforgettable. And that's the top 10 highest rated Studio Ghibli anime movies on IMDb. Which one is your favorite? And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.